Okay, so this is the beer fermentation project that I've been working on. Got the schematic here, so it's an Arduino Nano, and I've got here I've got different connectors here that I've hooked up. So I'll show you first this is actually the breadboard. This is the prototype which I hooked up initially. Bit of a mess there. And here's the actual circuit board which I've started to put together of the first proper prototype. So I've got power here, and then I've got these three main connectors. So I've got first here, this is going through to the display. It's a small, I think it's a 1.8 inch TFT LCD display. Currently showing the temperatures that it's reading. And then we've got here an ESP8266 connected up, and here we've got a ribbon going off to two relays that are going to switch the mains power and switch on and off these plugs that we've got here. So the idea is that we'll have our temperature probe hooked up here. So this is using the one-wire protocol, and then when I hold on to this guy here, the actual probe, you'll see our temperature start to rise. Yep, there we go, and you see it's flicked over to cooling. So I'll do a status change, switch those relays, and then we can control our fermentation. Problem points I had, well, ESP8266, found it's quite sensitive to the power supply it gets. You need to really use a capacitor there. So I've got a 100 microfarad capacitor. That gives it a little bit of a well of power that it can draw on when it switches on. Also, I found that it's more stable if I use voltage dividers for the TX and RX pins. So for those, I actually ended up using, I've got it on the schematic here, so this is the ESP8266. So I ended up using a 1 and 2K voltage divider. I tried 10 and 20 ohms, but that didn't seem to get picked up. For the RX side, you don't actually need any voltage divider there. It's just receiving in the 3.3 volts will get picked up as a high by the Arduino Nano anyway. And that's powered separately. That's the ESP8266 by this thing here, which is well, it's not hooked up at the moment, but this is a little external power supply. It's really for breadboards, but I'm just soldered it in here since it's convenient. And what else was the problem? Well, initially with this ribbon here for the TFT LCD display, I didn't realize that it was using SPI, and I didn't realize that the Arduino Nano has specific pins set up for doing SPI. So if you're doing SPI, you need that your clock is here on pin 13 down here, and you've got your other SPI pins over here somewhere. So yeah, if you're going to do hardware SPI, you need to use those pins. And relay I'm still playing with. I found these relay modules here that I picked up. I was trying to switch them using 22 ohms on the data pin here, but I realized that it doesn't seem to like it, so I guess I have to just do a straight through connection into there. It must have its own resistance to protect it. Anyway, so this is the prototype so far, kind of like an alpha version, and the idea is it's going to be posting, so actually you can see it doing it right now, but you'll be logging temperatures to a web app hosted in App Engine or something similar, and that will allow me to do a web app to drive the whole thing. Cool.